Josh Green here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by the returning Charlie Edwards. How are you doing, Charlie?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Feels so good to be back. I tell you that. Feels so good to be back after all the hard work I've put in, all the networking I've done, and I've cracked a great deal with Wasserman's, fighting on Channel 5, back on TV, this time terrestrial telly, which is going to be big. And the future's looking bright. Got a great plan ahead of me, being kept as an active fighter. And yeah, I'm over the moon. So grateful for the belief of Wasserman, Keller, and Nissa. And yes, all systems go now. Back where I belong.
Last year was probably quite a frustrating one for you. You got that one fight midway through the year, but for you, is the plan now activity in 2024?
Activity is key, and I think with the fight opponent that I've picked to come back to in a title fight, it shows what I'm about. I'm against a good operator, a southpaw. He's never been knocked out. He's been stopped once with a cut, and former European champion and IBO world champion, coming off a 6-fight win streak. So I'm against a good opponent, and that's what it's about. Like, I don't want these mess around fights. I never wanted these mess around fights, but now I'm in control of my own career. I can move the way I want to, and I cracked a great deal. And in the contract, it says I'm going to be very active over the next 18 months, which is like music to my ears. Not many promoters in this day and age are giving fighters this. So I think I've landed up and ended up in the right place at the right time. And Channel 5 are really pushing behind boxing now and putting on many shows. And look, they headlined me live on Channel 5 in the space of 5 weeks. So it shows they've got the belief in me, and that's all I've ever needed, is the belief in me as a fighter. And now it's my turn to put in all that hard work I have done behind the scenes and deliver it, and it will show.
You mentioned it a couple of times there about sort of being in charge of your own career. I know you've got that license to sort of manage yourself. Talk to me about that decision, where that came from, and how that's going to change things for you.
The decision comes from what happened to me over the last 18 months. It was clear to see, like, actions speak louder than words, and I don't really want to go over the negativity, because we're in a positive light now and we're looking to the future. So we'll leave that in the past, but just actions speak louder than words. Like, I've been managing myself since December. What are we in now? March, and now I'm headlining on Channel 5. So it was the best decision I made, and I'm really excited about this journey.
Talk to me about the Wasserman deal. Is there a certain amount of fights you're going to be taking with Wasserman, or is it fight by fight?
Yeah, I've got 4 fights in the contract over the next 18 months. I think even 12 months, 18 months. So I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be active. So it's good. I'm in the right place, man. And I look forward to just taking one fight at a time. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm not going to overlook my next opponent, because we've seen too many fighters do that in this day and age. And all it does is takes their eye off the ball, and you can have a potential banana skin. So I know I'm there with a good opponent, which I picked, and for a title. So it's all focus on the 12th of April. And then we can discuss the other stuff after, where I want to go, what I want to do. But right now, Gorgeous Ori, he's the only one in my head.
You alluded to that time last year. You were obviously working with Joe Gallagher at the time. I mean, mentally, how much did that take out of you? And what is the difference now in the current position you're in?
You know what? I don't even want to talk about that piece of shit, to be honest. Like, it's negative. Leave it in the past. All I can say is where I am now, I'm moving forward, and things are looking good my end. And that's all I can say on it. Action speaks louder than words. I'm excited for this new journey. The book, the chapter, that's in the past. The past is the past. We leave it in there. We look at the present moment, and we move forward.
Let's talk about who you're working with at the moment. You've obviously linked up with Stephen Smith. Talk to me about that sort of choice, where that came from, and how you two sort of developed the deal to now where you're working together.
The partnership has just grown from strength to strength. We're really gelled great. Um, I'm his I'm his protege now. I'm like his number one. I'm the one who's in the biggest fights. So the hunger, determination, and the want to become a world championship trainer he's got, and want to showcase his kind of ambitions in the game as a coach, for me, was just on another level. His boxing brain, his experience, he's traveled the world with his brothers, with himself in biggest nights of boxing, understands how it all works, always in their corners, like always in the changing rooms, always at the big events, knows the boxing game through and through. Like, you can't buy experience, I'm afraid, in this game. And the way we've gelled is phenomenal. I've got so much confidence in him. He has so much confidence in me, and we're working on things and developing the style. And I've never felt better, to be honest. I feel like I'm in complete and utter flow. I feel like our minds are in sync. We've just seen it with Andy Lee and Joseph Parker, and the way they've like bounced on the scene, and like how the improvements it's happened with Joseph Parker. And I believe that's going to happen with me and Stephen as well, because our minds are very much on the same wavelength, and we really do discuss things and collaborate things. And we are both the same sort of people who are very hungry and determined to reach the top.
Yeah, you mentioned Andy Lee and Joe Parker there. That's an interesting sort of example you bring up, because Joe Parker was at a level where he'd won a world title, but things we've seen from him in the last 18 months have just been elevated to the next level. What's sort of been added to your armory under Stephen, and what will be added?
I believe he brings out my strengths. He brings out the strengths in my style. He's not trying to force me into something that I'm not. He sees what I'm very good at and how I can really make people look ordinary with the certain style that I can box at. And I had never had someone who's brought that side of my style out in me. I've always had it in me and always reverted back at times. But with Stephen, the elusiveness, the making people miss, the pulling them over their front foot, the change of angles, of being able to switch hit and stuff like that, it's all coming into play, and I feel so comfortable doing so. And it's something we've worked on very well. And I feel like it's going to be really, really good to showcase this. And on the 12th of April, I will showcase it. And it's going to be, it's not for me to say, you know. I'm the fighter, and I'm going to be judged by the general public. And people are going to be sitting there watching about our partnership and our team up. And it's for me to just go out there and showcase it. And I'm looking forward to doing so.
You talked about the fact that you were sort of the number one fighter in the gym, in Stephen's gym. You're obviously operating at that high level.
I don't. Well, when that come out my mouth, it sounded a bit arrogant and a bit big-headed, but I didn't mean it in that manner. How I meant is like, I'm the highest level of fighter against titles, so I'm a 10-round, 12-round fighter, where the others are prospects coming in, but they're great fighters as well. But I believe that because Stephen's got a small team, and theoretically I'm the highest championship fighter and the only one, he gives me so much time. Like, I've never hit pads so much and been working on tactically improving. It's crazy. I'm not just like a number in the gym who's just been left to his own devices. It's learning every day, like doing pad work and learning and technical drills with him. It feels like I'm in the gym only 10 minutes. We're doing 10 rounds and it's blink and I'm like, oh, we're done. Like, it's not hard to get more rounds in. Like, do you know what I mean? Because my mind's activated, and what he's asking of me and what he's seeing and how he's so on it, and that it activates that kind of like not going through the motion and like the turmoil of just I'm here, I've got to just get this out. It's all like I can feel myself growing and feel myself developing, and I'm really thriving under that. But we've also got some great fighters in the gym. Steve Clark, massive ticket seller, had his debut, done a great performance. And Liv Hussey as well. She's done she's fought like a European gold medalist in the amateurs. And Jake Kennedy, and we're all on the same journey. But it's nice for me as well to have these young, hungry fighters as well around. And when they're watching me, it brings me to a new level, because I want to showcase and be a role model to them.
Are you able to sort of impart some knowledge to them? You're an experienced fighter yourself.
Oh, 100%, 100%. They've been over to Portugal where I live. I've got a great setup out there. Like I'm in Liverpool right now, but we've done we can go there and that, and then the teams come out and we sit round, we have coffees, we have conversations, and you know what? It's nice to be nice in this game, and like when I sit there and I speak about things and they ask me questions, it evaluates how far I've come in the game and how much like I'm actually knowledgeable and aware. Where sometimes you kind of forget that because you're in your own head and you're just continually trying to improve, and someone don't get what you already know, you think, oh, fucking hell, I know a lot about this game. So it's bringing a new side out of me. It's nice to give back to the younger generation, and it makes me feel good, and it gives me good energy.
Obviously, it's George on around a month's time now, but you'll have ambitions to get right back to that world title scene. Do you believe that's achievable towards the end of this year, start of next year?
Like I said, I'm only in this game right now to become a world champion again. That's my dreams and ambitions. If I didn't have them dreams and ambitions, I wouldn't be involved in this game. I'm not doing it to chase a pound note. I'm not doing it just like to be famous. I want to win multiple world titles, but I'm not going to discuss anything other than George because I think it's disrespectful, and I respect him as a fighter, and I'm looking to do an absolute number on him. So that's all my focus is on.
Will it be important to send out a statement? People haven't seen that much of you over the last couple of years, but if you were to produce a big performance in a month's time, people are going to stand up and take notice.
Exactly that. I want to put on a statement. I'm in a meaningful fight. I'm live on Channel 5 with a lot of eyes on me, and that only does one thing with me. It raises me. It raises my performance. And it takes me to a whole new level. I won't put pressure on myself to perform, but I will do what I'm doing religiously, day in, day out, what I'm working on, what I'm programming my mind, and on the night it will all flow. But in an ideal world, I would love to put on a massive performance. But I won't put pressure on myself to. I'll take one round at a time, and I'll perform to the best of my ability every round, and that will produce an unbelievable performance.
I know the Paul Butler fight has been mentioned in the past. Is that something that still could be in your future?
Same again. You're going to try and get blood out of the stone here because, like I said, I'm not looking past George.
Sonny Edwards had a defeat not so long ago. I'm sure you speak to him regularly. How's his reaction into that?
Sonny don't really care. It is what it is. We're in the boxing game. We're in the entertainment business, and he'll jump straight back into some big fights. It is what it is. That's what happens in this game when you meet the best. And when you're willing to do what my brother done and not try and just hold on to a title and just like pussyfoot around and just stay as long as possible. We're in the entertainment business, and when you fight the best in the division, you can come up short. You're answering your own questions. Am I the best or is he the best? Bam, on that night, proved that he was the best. But it doesn't take anything away from Sonny. He'll grow again and confidence, knowing that he's been in there with the best, and he'll be in big fights in the not near distant future. So he's good as gold and positive spirits. He's not sitting around dwelling and sulking about anything. Do you know what I mean? Life's good. We're too young. Well, we're not really so young anymore, but we're young fighters. And all we dreamed about was performing on the big stage when we were kids, coming through the amateurs, becoming world champions. We've both done that. Do you know what I mean? Now we're trying to push limits to become two-weight world champions. Do you know what I mean? It'd be lovely to hold world titles at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So we've got so many more to achieve in this sport, and we've just got to be grateful for the journey that we're on. We're fighting live on TV. We do what we love, and it's been our passion from kids. So, do you know what I mean? We're very lucky to be in the position that we're on.
It seems from what you're saying there that your relationship with Sonny's in a really good place at the moment. Because I know not so long ago you weren't quite on speaking terms, but it seems like you're in a really good place at the moment. You're there to support each other as brothers.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, we love each other forever. Even when we have our little like spits and spats, which is normal. Don't forget. The only difference is that we're in the public eye. Do you know what I mean? Like and people want to know the drama, and that makes it worse. And like then something gets said on social media, and it's back and forward, and it gets taken out of context. Where in reality, people and their families have arguments every day. But we have never stopped loving each other, and we're really supporting each other. And do you know what? Yeah, we probably are in the best place we've been in for a very long time, and that probably come from a little distance and time away from each other, so we could both reassess ourselves. And none of us was in the right, and none of us was in the wrong. We were both in the wrong at times, and we just take it and we move forward as adults and as human beings. You know.
I know something that's been a part of your career and maybe a little bit a part of your life is sort of mental health. Something that's come up recently with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Have you got any sort of thoughts on what Ryan Garcia is going through, and sort of do you believe he should be in a place where he's in a fight?
I all I can say on that note is I wish him nothing but positivity to go his way. You know, we're in a hard game, but everyone in life suffers their own mental struggles. You probably suffer your mental struggles in certain areas, and someone who does another job suffers their mental struggles and daily struggles. It's life. Like, we're all human beings. Same again. We're just in front of the public eye, and things get documented. But I just wish Ryan Garcia all the positivity, energy going his way, and I hope he's fine. It's a hard battle to deal with, especially I can only imagine on the scale of he is in the public eye, with the cameras, with the media probing him, with also Devon and his team probing him, and other fighters probing him, and it's what we're involved in. It's what we signed up for. But I just wish him all the best, and I hope to God that he's all right and he's safe in that ring on night, because if not, it's not a good look for boxing.
I was going to say, is it the place you should be when you're going through these mental struggles?
You don't. Thing is, you don't know the ins and outs. We only see what the media say. We don't know the ins and outs of it. We can only all of us can only judge men on what we see. We don't know everything. So yeah, the boxing ring is not the place to be when you're under mental stress and duress, because it's the hurt business. But everyone has to make their own decision and mind up. And the team, that's why you've employed your team around you. It's very important that you have the right people around you, because they're the people who should be noticing this. And if you're not fit and you're not, they know more than what we know, just because we watched on Instagram. So maybe they know something we don't know, but we don't know. But when money's involved, it's very hard. I just hope to God that he'll be fine, because it wouldn't be a good look on boxing.
Final thing for you, we haven't had one of these for a while. A Charlie Edwards fight week prediction. We're a month away. What's the prediction, Charlie?
A very dominant performance. Charlie's going to be very sharp, powerful, explosive, with an intent to get a knockout. Like, I'd love to be the first one to do so. I won't do nothing stupid, but I know how I'm hitting up at bantamweight now. I know my shot selection's very hard to deal with. I also know, because I've been studying Gorgeous Ori a lot, that there's a lot of openings there to catch very clean at times. But it's just about being smart, being clever, and don't look for it. If it comes, it comes. But it would be lovely to bounce back with a bang.
Charlie, thank you very much for your time as always, and we'll see you in around a month.
Thank you.